Hey guys, what's up? It's Hope, and today is Wednesday, May 10th, 2017, and I'm here to bring you an update after my post-op appointment that took place yesterday. I told y'all that I would log back on and let you know how that appointment went. I am back out in the yard again today trying to get some fresh air. Dogs are here with me. That's Harley. This is Lucy. Y'all met her in the last vlog, but I just wanted to log on real quick and let you know how the appointment went yesterday. If you can't already tell by the sound of my voice, I am sick. It's just my sinuses. It's that time of year. Unfortunately, it is coinciding with recovery from surgery, which has been absolutely horrendous. Between coughing and sneezing, I literally feel like I'm going to die. I can't really cough real deep because it hurts my stomach. I've only sneezed about 3 times, and all 3 times I was pretty certain I wasn't going to survive. And so every time I feel a sneeze coming on, I just kind of pray it away and hope and pray to God that it goes away. And so definitely pretty painful. But anyways, I am just trying to take it easy. If you don't already know, about a week and a half ago, I had surgery to remove what they thought was an ovarian cyst. It ended up being a dermoid cyst from my right ovary. There were complications during surgery, and they ended up having to remove my entire right ovary and fallopian tube. And so I'm in the middle of a 4-week at-home recovery from that surgery, trying to recover from that as well as recover from this cold. And so I wanted to kind of touch base with you all after my appointment yesterday. It was really kind of interesting because I have never really had to wait a long time when I go to my fertility specialist appointment, but she actually got caught in surgery yesterday, and she has to drive from a pretty good ways, and so I had to wait a little while, and then she finally got there, and she ended up doing an exam on me, and it was very, very, very painful. And it wasn't an ultrasound. It was, she used some sort of speculum kind of device to kind of look inside to make sure everything was healing like it needs to. It just wasn't very comfortable at all. And then she kind of had to lay the bed back in order to get a good view, and when I went to get up, she tried to pull me up but didn't really pull so hard, and so when I went to get up, I strained at my lower stomach and I thought I was going to cry. It hurt so bad. And so that wasn't really pleasant at all. And then after that, we went back into like a little office area, and she kind of talked about just the ins and outs of surgery. They got everything back as far as pathology goes from the biopsy from the dermoid and the polyp that she removed from my cervix, and absolutely nothing says it was cancer, so thank the good Lord up above for that. But I will say that she kind of told me a really scary story. She said that when she started surgery and she looked inside and seen the cyst, I kind of get emotional talking about it because it's just a lot. But she said that whenever she got in to see the cyst, she just knew right away that it was cancer. She said it just the way it looked and how ugly it was, and she just knew it was cancer, and you never ever want to hear your doctor say that. And so I immediately started crying and just couldn't believe that she had said that. And she said, but thank God everything came back and it's not cancer. She said, but just how ugly it looked and how much damage it had done to that right side. Just it had completely encapsulated my ovary, and my fallopian tube was so irrevocably damaged. Like there was just nothing she could do to save any of it, and she just knew it was bad news. And so she said, honest to goodness, she was really surprised when they got the pathology back and it wasn't cancer. So I'm thanking God for that today. I'm so grateful that it wasn't what it could have been, and that we're moving past this, and I'm just trying to heal as best I can. But you never want to hear your doctor say that. And so I asked her, is it normal for someone not to be in like unbearable, agonizing pain to have a cyst that's in there doing this much damage? And she said it was shocking to her that I wasn't just in just life altering pain. Um, and I said, "Is that normal?" And she was like, it just really surprised her because of the damage that the cyst had done. And dermoid cysts can do that. They kind of come in and wreak havoc, and they can grow larger than what mine was. Um, and so she just kept going on about how tough I was, and that made me cry because I don't really feel tough right now. I kind of feel defeated and broken, and I don't know. This is not going to turn into a pity party, but I just don't feel tough right now. And so she, it was just really good for her to hear her say that she was thankful that everything, geez, look at my arm. I don't know what that's from. It was really good to just hear her say that everything looked great. And something that I was really kind of worried about is after surgery, of course, I had some spotting, and then it kind of went away, and now it's come back. And she said that's kind of normal for these surgeries. You know, your body is just trying to adjust to everything, and if there is some bleeding or just leakage from the surgery site, that it's going to come out somehow. And so she said just to keep an eye on it and just let her know if anything radical changes. She did go ahead and set up my last post-op appointment for the 23rd, which is next week. And so I'll do another checkup with her. She was definitely concerned with how I looked, just super drained. She asked me if I was sleeping, and I'm not really. She asked if I was eating, and I'm not really eating. I don't really have a whole lot of an appetite. I'm just exhausted all of the time. And she said, so that definitely has her concerned. She wants me to take it easy, as just easy as possible. Rest, get lots of good just rest time. And she said, like I said earlier, just sit outside for a little while and get some good vitamin D from the sun. But just take it easy. Use this time to allow my body to recover. And so I think she was just kind of concerned that how drained I looked, and I'd actually lost 5 pounds from my pre-op appointment. And so it's normal for you not to have an appetite and for you to lose weight after surgery. But she definitely doesn't want me to, lose it too fast. And that kind of worries her as far as just me not being able to eat. And so we kind of talked about that. All of my incision sites look great. All of my laparoscopic incisions. The C-section incision is another story, though. There are a couple parts of the incision that I talked about last time that just looked kind of like they were open. And so she's definitely concerned about that. She went ahead and took some blood just to see if my white cell counts were high. If they are high, then of course that means there is an infection, which is always a concern. And where the incision is just a really tricky spot. I do have a lot of skin in my stomach, and I mean, obviously fat too, but when I was bigger, I carried a lot of my weight in my lower stomach. And so it's just a really damp place. And she said I just have to keep an eye on it, make sure it stays clean and dry. She gave me some antibiotic cream to put on it twice a day, just to try to keep bad stuff out. She went ahead and removed the rest of the Dermabond, even though it's not sealed all the way. Something really interesting is that I'm actually still numb where that incision site is. It's kind of like how you feel your face when you come home from the dentist, and you're touching your face, but you can't feel it. That's kind of how it is with my lower stomach. Like, I feel it like around my hips, but the closer I get to the middle of my stomach, like near my belly button and like lower, it's completely numb. And I'm kind of grateful for that. Obviously that incision is pretty large. And so I'm grateful if I did have pain, I'm not feeling it right now. And so she said just to keep a really close eye on it, and she's going to check it obviously when I go back in next week. And so she said as far as IVF goes, it's going to be at least a month. Her top priority right now is just making sure that I get better. She was also concerned about the cold, and just making sure that I just take really good care of myself. It kind of sucks though, because taking the pain medicine that I'm taking, I can't really take anything over the counter for my cold. And so she just said I kind of have to tough it out, just get some rest, and just try to, drink lots of vitamin C, and just try and get better. And so that's what I'm desperately trying to do. I definitely would love to feel better. I don't feel good right now at all. Between the cold and just being super drained and not having a whole lot of energy, it's just been really hard, a lot more difficult than obviously I planned for it to be. And so if you will just continue to pray for me during this recovery process. Harley, she's so cute. We actually rescued her a little over a year ago, and she has also been just another bright spot in all of this. She is our baby. She is spoiled rotten. She's back there kind of digging around. But anyway, I just wanted to log on real quick and let y'all know how my appointment went. I'm just so very, very grateful that surgery was a success and it wasn't anything worse than what it obviously could have been. And she said, you know, read the pathology report from the cyst, like absolutely nothing makes her think that it's cancer. It was completely benign. Nothing was elevated to the point where she thought it was cancer. So I was so grateful for that. And so we're just trying to push forward and trying to just get better. So if you can, please keep me in your thoughts and prayers, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.